Are you frustrated with dealing with parking tickets and don't know the easiest way to pay online in Pittsburgh? Well, stay with us and you'll literally never dread paying a parking ticket again. Welcome to The Explainer. Seriously, it can feel like a total maze of different websites and confusing rules, right? But today, we're going to break down exactly how to handle it quickly and painlessly. No more stress, I promise. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll look at the Pittsburgh parking problem, navigate those tricky payment portals, walk through the step-by-step online payment process, talk about compounding fines, share some tips for online appeals, and wrap up with some final takeaways. Let's jump right into Section 1, the Pittsburgh parking problem. Okay, get this. Pittsburgh is currently waiting on a staggering $36 million in unpaid parking tickets. $36 million. According to a WPXI investigation, the city actually has a fantastic collection rate, like nearly 90%. But that massive unpaid balance, it's primarily driven by compounding late fees. In fact, $21 million of that total is just from late penalties alone. That is absolutely wild. So, how do we avoid contributing to that mountain of late fees? Honestly, paying online is simply the most efficient method. You get 24/7 access to securely resolve the debt with your MasterCard, Visa, or Discover, right from the comfort of your couch. There's zero need to trek down to the parking court on 4th Avenue. And the best part? An online payment stops those compounding late fees dead in their tracks. Moving on to Section 2, navigating the payment portals. Now, before you can actually pay, you need to know exactly which portal to use. Pittsburgh actually uses a bifurcated or, a split system. It's kind of confusing if you don't know what to look for. So pink tickets are your standard parking violations from the parking authority, and those go through the DS Payments portal. But if you have a yellow citation, which is a formal summons issued by the police, those absolutely must be paid via a totally different site called the N-Court portal. So definitely double check what color ticket you're actually holding. And guys, here is a massive practical tip. A really common pitfall is trying to pay your citation through the Go Mobile PGH app. Look, the app is fantastic for paying for active parking sessions, but once a physical ticket has been stuck to your windshield, you cannot resolve it there. You have to use the official web portals. Don't make that mistake. All right, Section 3, step-by-step online payment. The workflow for resolving those standard pink tickets is actually incredibly streamlined. First off, just navigate to the official portal at dsparkinportal.com. Next, you'll precisely enter your ticket number or your license plate and state. But hey, be super careful here. You gotta enter your details with absolutely no spaces or hyphens to avoid getting frustrating error messages. Finally, just securely process your payment. It really is that straightforward. But, technology isn't always perfect, right? What happens if the portal just can't find your ticket number when you search for it? Well, if you mistype your details, or maybe the enforcement officer just hasn't uploaded the ticket yet, the system might not recognize it right away. Sometimes it takes a day or two for physical tickets to actually show up in the digital system. So if it's not there immediately, don't panic. Just give it a day, or you can always call their 24-hour toll-free automated system at 866-353-7151 to verify your status. Section 4, compounding fines and fees. Listen, ignoring these tickets is a really costly mistake. The parking authority operates on a super strict escalation timeline, and they definitely do not wait around. They shoot out automated warning letters to the registered owner at the 10-day and 20-day marks. And if you fail to resolve it by day 30, a final warning goes out and those aggressive automated collection calls will start ringing your phone. Let's put this into perspective. Say you get a simple $25 expired meter fine. Well, because a mandatory court costs of $30.50, your immediate bill is actually $55.50. But if you let that sit for a month, escalating late penalties get tacked on, and suddenly that minor mistake balloons to $93.50. You really want to jump on these payments quickly. Section 5, tips for online appeals. Okay, but what if you shouldn't have to pay it at all? If you believe the ticket was a mistake, like maybe a broken meter or a sensor completely misread your plate, you can easily appeal it online rather than dragging yourself into court. It's super convenient, but what are the strict rules for actually submitting one? Because if you miss a single step, your appeal might just get thrown right out. First up, you have to act fast. Hearings must be scheduled within 20 days of the ticket's issue date. To make sure your appeal actually goes through, format your license plate perfectly on the portal. Again, no hyphens, no spaces. You also need to upload really strong, clear evidence, like geotag photos of a busted meter or digital receipts from your parking app.
And finally, always verify that you get a confirmation email. You want that paper trail proving your appeal was received.
Now, keep in mind that this online review is completely asynchronous, meaning a parking court judge simply reviews your uploaded evidence packet at a later date. You won't be jumping on a video call to plead your case, which makes clear, indisputable documentation absolutely vital. If you actually want to speak to a human judge, you've got to call and schedule an in-person hearing.
Finally, Section 6, Final Takeaways and Disclaimers.
Okay, let's wrap this all up so you can confidently handle your Pittsburgh parking citations from here on out. The big takeaway? Utilizing the online portal at dsparkingportal.com for your standard pink tickets is hands down the most efficient, frustration-free way to resolve the issue. It is absolutely the best way to protect your wallet from those rapidly multiplying administrative and late fees. We love empowering you with this kind of knowledge, so please engage with us. By subscribing, liking, and sharing your own Pittsburgh parking stories down in the comments, you help us keep making these explainers. Have you ever successfully appealed a ticket online? Definitely let us know below. Oh, and before we go, just a quick disclaimer. The information in this explainer is current as of August 1st, 2026. Please remember to always verify the latest details on the official Pittsburgh Parking Authority website. Things like municipal procedures, web addresses, and fee structures are, for sure, subject to change over time. And that leaves us with a fascinating final thought. As that massive $36 million debt keeps growing, the Parking Authority has noted their hands are kind of tied when it comes to enforcement. So how long until Pittsburgh is forced to push for changes in state law to enforce ticket payments? Maybe by suspending vehicle registrations, just like Philadelphia and other major cities do. It is definitely something to think about the next time you park. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will catch you next time.